What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am Dan Whitmer. This is the Jump Rope Dudes YouTube channel, and today we will be teaching you how to jump rope backwards. All right, guys, before we get into this video, this one and every single one that we do is sponsored by our favorite jump rope, Crossrope. If you want to check out the jump rope Get Lean set that we use on a daily basis, check it out in the description below. And guys, we also want to remind you, because we're constantly putting out information all over the internet, so if you want to check us out, our biggest channels that we put stuff out on are this YouTube channel, our Instagram, which is @officialjumpropedudes, and then our Facebook page, which is just Jump Rope Dudes. Check those out. All right, so first we're going to talk about why is it difficult to skip rope backwards in the first place? Well, it's kind of a weird motion. The first and biggest problem that you're going to have is you're so used to jumping rope and moving the rope forwards that when you do it backwards, it can be a little bit weird. Another issue that's created when jumping rope backwards versus forwards is that when you're jumping rope forwards, you can see the rope spinning around versus when it's going backwards, you can't, and so it's a little bit harder to jump over it. And the last thing is that people think they need to do more. Let me be very clear, when you're jumping rope backward, it's the same as jumping rope forward in that you should be doing less. There shouldn't be all this arm movement, and admittedly, that was something I struggled with when learning to jump rope backwards. Okay, the next recommendation I want to make to you guys before starting to jump rope backwards is use a heavier rope. Now, the reason that we say this, in this video in particular that you'll see from the B-roll, I'm using the 1/2 pound energy rope from Crossrope. This is also the favorite jump rope that we use pretty much all the time, but a heavier rope in this particular instance is going to work better because it provides you with more feedback. One thing that I don't want you guys to do is use a thin steel cable speed rope to try and jump rope backwards, because you're not going to be able to feel it going around, and therefore you're probably going to mess up more. So if you can, use a heavier rope. Next up, guys, the posture of when you are jumping stays exactly the same. If you'll notice here in the B-roll, I'm jumping straight up and down. Don't bend forward or bend more back to try and compensate for the rope going backward. It should be the same exact motion, meaning hands are jutting out from the sides of the hips, the knees are slightly bent, you're up on your toes, and you have that nice symmetrical motion right here with both arms. If you need help on just learning how to jump rope, we did just do a beginner series last week. Be sure to check out all the videos on the YouTube channel from last Monday, Wednesday, and Friday if you need help getting started jumping rope in the first place. And honestly, the biggest thing that's different with jumping rope backwards versus forwards is simply your wrist motion. When you're jumping rope forwards, as you can tell by the B-roll here, I'm actually pushing the rope forwards. I'm not swinging it around in a huge circle. I'm just kind of pushing my wrists forward so that every time the rope comes around, I give it that little push so that it speeds up. You're doing the same exact thing when you jump rope backwards, except you're pulling this time instead of pushing. So the rope's coming around, as you can see here in the B-roll, and you're dragging it back each time that you do that. So that's the thing I want to stress the most in this entire tutorial. Your wrist motion, instead of moving forward, is now moving backward. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there are the tips. Now we're gonna get into the practice portion of this video. I'm gonna have you guys try a few different things, and then it's gonna be up to you to do the thing, practice, and get proficient at jumping rope backwards. All right, so what we're gonna do first here is we've already jumped up and down, and you've seen that the posture should remain the same. So now what we're gonna practice, we swing the rope around backward and catch it at the back of our feet. Repeat this about 5-10 times and just do it until you feel comfortable just lightly skipping the rope behind you. All right, the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna rotate hands, and all I want you to do here is, again, feel the wrist motion of yourself moving backwards. So take the rope in one hand and start to spin it backward, and then do like 3-4 reps or something like that, and then do it on the other hand. Again, all we're trying to do here is get used to the rope spinning backwards versus forwards. All right, now we're gonna move up to trying to jump rope and doing one actual jump and then stopping the rope on the back of our heels. So you're gonna try and skip it around one time successfully and then stop immediately. I really want you guys to focus on this and don't move forward with practicing backwards jump until you feel comfortable just lightly skipping it behind you once and stopping. And after that, guys, it's pretty much up to you to practice and make sure that, like we tell everyone in these tutorials, there's no secret or magic pill that we're gonna give you. It just requires your time and your energy. Thank you, as always, for tuning in to another Jump Rope Dudes video. If you guys have questions, leave them in the comments section below. We always appreciate your feedback, and we thank you for your patience because you guys have been asking for this video for a very long time. If you liked it and found it helpful, please give it a like down below, followed by a subscribe to this channel if you want to continue receiving more information to help you jump rope, get lean, and live more. I am Dan Whitmer, always reminding you to do the thing.